Alright, that should do us. Alright, that should do us. Alright, perfect. Sorry for the delay there. It's been exactly 2 minutes. This is why we run equipment checks before live shows. Was messing about with some stuff here at home to see how exactly all of my technology that I brought from my old home would interface with this new smart TV I've got, the Samsung Smart TV. And good news, looks like I will be able to stream from Twitch. Listen to me, this is Twitch. I'll be able to stream live gameplay from other systems like a Switch, PS3 and such, as long as I get a top-of-the-line, relatively new-ish capture card. Everything on my end is working with the TV, the consoles, all that. That is fantastic. Everything survived the move. That said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, one and all, any of you joining us here live in chat, as well as any of you who happen to be catching this after the fact as video on demand over at our YouTube channel, to another stream here on the Overanalyst. I'm your host, Brady, and I'm going to be with you for the next probably 2 to 3 hours as we continue our adventures through Hand of Fate. Already, I think, well over halfway through the game, even considering how absurdly long the last chapter is. And doing really well. I don't want to jinx it, but I'd say on the whole, thanks to some phenomenal card watching by some of our friends in chat, and of course the guiding light of our Lord and Master Huge Hammer, the greatest weapon in the universe, we have been hanging in there and making relatively short work of some of the dealer's courtiers, particularly the Queen of Bones, or Queen of Skulls, who we finished off actually by complete accident during the last stream. We made it to this massive level that had a bunch of really cool looking encounters on it, and wandered into her almost immediately. So things have been going well. I hope to keep that train a-rolling for the next few hours, and tonight we're gonna try to whittle the dealer's court down to probably the last 2 courtiers. If we can get it down to just 1, that'll be great. But remember, folks, these last matches are going to be really long, and they're going to be really tough as well, because he's going to start bringing out the kings. The mini-bosses, or the bosses we've already killed, are going to be returning more and more frequently, and of course, as we earn those final 2 symbols of power, the game's only going to get harder. And trust me, we don't want lizardmen to hit even harder than they already do, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge. That said, let's dig right into it. I hope everybody's doing well, whenever you're viewing this stream.
Your choices.
I'm hanging in there, personally, but I hope that you and all of your loved ones are doing well during this trying time, or hopefully, I hope a lot of you are watching this after the fact, long after this pandemic is not but a memory. So, speaking of memory, if you'll recall at the end of last night's stream, we did away with the Queen of Skulls and unlocked the next courtier, the Queen of Plague, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm kind of worried about this one, because in addition to the rats being just a massive pain in the ass, I distinctly remember this boss being kind of challenging. I don't recall exactly what for. I mean, certainly she's got poisonous attacks like all of the rats do, but I think, unless I'm confusing her with a boss from the second game, that she is a bit like the Queen of Skulls in that she spawns something of a totem that'll buff all of her troops, and will only make those plague rats all the more irritating. Hey, in chat, the Gaming Spanners is back in for the first time in, well, since we were streaming Sekiro, just like I am. Says, actually catching this live is great. Hey, Brady. Hey, man, how's it going? I'm doing pretty well, thanks. Due to being diabetic and having hereditary high blood pressure from my mother's side of the family, I have not left my apartment in like 2.5 months, but I'm doing really, really well, thanks. I've loved getting to reconnect with folks here on Twitch, as well as just being able to relax now in the summer season, and aside from running a course that I'm helping teach for a month, I get to relax and play games with all of you for the summer. So I'm doing right as rain, thanks. How about yourself and your family? Everybody doing alright? Mr. Fiddlescruff said, why don't you just try to seduce the Rat Queen? If only that were an option. Seriously, if it were, I probably would, because I always go for, like, diplomatic, quote-unquote, conflict resolution in games where I can, and I really don't want to have to fight her again, but unfortunately, no such luck. Let's see what we're up against. So this is interesting. It looks like she's going to be running a curse deck. The big curse this go-round is the negative aura, so anytime we lose a curse, we lose a piece of our equipment, which is not great. This means she could take away... As much as I want to make another huge hammer joke, the weapon we really want to go for here is the Rat Cleaver, because it already deals, like, I want to say, compared to our default axe's 25 damage, it deals 30 some odd, and I think it doubles that damage for strikes against rats, so we really want that. That's nasty, and she also has a bunch of packs of plague rats accompanying her, and the Cursed Gambler, which I think is going to be a game of chance that might give us additional curses. Really not something we want. The Ratman Queen can birth thousands of her foul kind, protecting them with her prodigious spear skills. Yeah, so I think she's a boss variant of those extremely difficult skirmisher rats. Fun times.
Under the ground, the filthy rat kind court her favor, murder each other with leprous teeth for the honor of siring her children.
So, you know, that's fun. Considering the high stakes, folks, I'm probably not going to, Mr. Fiddlescruff says, Ratman Queen. Yeah, it is weird that they're sticking exclusively with Ratman instead of more common Ratkin or Were-Rats or something, but... Yeah, it's the irony there is not lost on me. Irony? Is that... Maybe that's not the appropriate term, but regardless. We're going to include the Crucible because I love it so much, as well as... Well, I mean, the Lizard Dome. We've got to go for the Lizard Dome. The Old Graveyard, and... Tell you what, I'm feeling nice. Well, I was gonna go Charity, but... What all do we have here? Anything we don't need. Got the Loan, got the Canyon, all of these are great. The Embertown Hero, and Mr. Lionel. No, don't need those. We'll take Dead Man's Gorge. And we'll take Charity. If we need one more, I'll go ahead and take the Ambush. Or no, the Winding Trail. Just standard combat encounters that'll give us more loot and more, equipment. Spanner says, I've caught up on most of the last episode, kinda got caught up making people fight by $15 toy, so I guess a custom amiibo in Smash, and forgot to finish it off. Oh, that's fine. No problem. Thank you for watching as much as you have. I'm not entirely sure how entertaining this is as a VOD, but thank you, nonetheless. Okay, Mortal Whimsy, just looking at it, it looks like some kind of enchanted Feyblade, so I'm gonna have to take that, and toss the Chains of Rage, of course. We definitely want the healing cap, and probably don't want, you know, I'm not terribly fond of the mercenary contract, so there we go. A pretty decent kit. Let's give this our best, folks.
Banish your curses with caution while facing them.
Have to remember we're facing upgraded rats now. You know, it's a real shame. I read, just last year, the studio responsible for developing this game, a very small, like, 40, 50 some odd person studio out of Brisbane, folded. Despite...
No risk the true and final death of this tale, as I risked my life in ages past.
So we definitely want this, but, the studio responsible for this, folded, after close to 10 years of operations, I want to say. Was it Defiant Development? I think it was. And they were noted by journalists, just observers from various spheres, for having an absolutely phenomenal professional culture, ostensibly based on like the summary I read a couple hours ago. Their leaders were ardent opponents of crunch or any other type of unethical development practices, as far as I'm aware. Again, can't say that absolutely, but that's just based off of what I've read. And that sounds absolutely phenomenal. So all the best to them in whatever endeavors they're currently undertaking. Spanner says it might just be me, but whenever I hear this game's title, I think of that shitty movie with the same name. I'm trying to remember. I distinctly remember a movie called Hand of Fate. I just don't know if I've ever seen it. So, since we get a random piece of equipment at the start of every chapter now, it's probably a good thing we get the Explorer's Helmet now. It's going to show us exactly where the exit is, meaning the last card we want to flip over, usually, and gives us gold for clearing a level entirely. Alright, so we equipped it, but since we did not technically have it equipped at the very start of this game, it's not going to be in effect for this particular map, which is fine. Combat encounter, 2 bandits. We got this. We got this, folks. Now, the bandits are operating at max strength now. They ain't gonna get any tougher. Like it matters. I've got an axe, some medium armor, and a pretty cool looking, sort of early Renaissance era conquistador looking helmet. Oh! I think, too, as you progress through the game, more and more combat encounters, regardless of map, will have these, little traps around. As you can see, the traps have hurt me multiple times. The enemies, I don't think, ever have. Oh! Shit! They have this great proclivity for sending me careening straight into them. Oh, kind of embarrassing, but yeah. Still took them down pretty effortlessly. It was just the arena. We get an equipment card. Oh, folks. Folks, somebody's looking out for me. Look at that. First draw of the game. Yeah. Yeah, it's about time. It is about time. Oh, the metal ore. We definitely want this. Mr. Fiddlescruff says it's on like Donkey Kong. Hell yeah. The hammer abides. So, metal ore's really interesting in that, in addition to having a use in that Kraken DLC side quest, this can be used in conjunction with the Holy Forge to create, I think it's a special weapon. Something glitters in the dim sunlight. Yeah, in the gloom of the narrow canyon you find the old remains of a wooden cart, apparently having fallen down years ago. You find nothing of worth except a chunk of glittering metallic ore. It might not sell for much in its current state, but perhaps you can find someone who can use it. You take it and make your way back up to the path. It's actually great fortune finding that before the, Oh, another combat encounter, right on. Before the, Holy Forge. Otherwise, you can arrive to the Forge, which has a token associated with it, and nothing will happen. And 2 lizards. Alright, we can handle this. We have the once and forever hammer with us. We got this. And it looks like just standard lizards, I think. No ranged variants this time. Behold the power of Huge Hammer. Oh wow, look, as Huge Hammer builds up that combo, it really does make short work of even these guys. Damn! Is it just me, or do the lizard men look just a little awkward? Like they've got these sort of pseudo-avian beaks and frills and look almost like malignant Muppets of some kind. Food, equipment, good. I'm gonna go for the healing cap. Healing cap, maybe. That's a pretty lofty hammer, Spanners. Oh, hell yeah, man. You missed the... Well, you didn't miss, but since you weren't present for last night's stream, which has not gone up as VOD yet, you missed us discovering Huge Hammer about 3 or 4 chapters in a row, and it's saving my hide every single time. Like, my luck across the board improved every time we found Huge Hammer. Okay, this is interesting. So Frostfang is not Huge Hammer, so it's a non-entity. But the healing cap doubles all the healing we receive, though it would replace the Explorer's helmet. We can switch back and forth, of course. Spanner says they're probably meant to look like dinosaur men. They are? I just don't know... You know, it might be their dimensions more than anything else. They're kind of squat and have these very short, stubby limbs. So they look great in profile, like with the shield and, like, jagged blade at the ready, but, not so fantastic without those accoutrements. So that is gonna automatically make our attacks as damaging as they can be. Great synergy with Huge Hammer. But I'm just thinking, it's against rats. Rats aren't that durable. I'll keep the Explorer's helmet in case we really, really want to use it, but I think double healing is always going to be preferable.
That's the right approach.
Yep, we're locked in. The maiden. Gonna ask her for a blessing, of course. Critical strike, triple damage against foes who are stunned. Excellent. I'm pretty sure that Huge Hammer, by knocking people off their feet from time to time, technically stuns them, so that'll do. Not taking a boat this time.
The ocean, or merely a trip down the river. Soon the game will end. I will take your piece from the board. It will be done. Unlike other opponents, I will remember you fondly.
Yeah, I'll see you in the sequel. Tinker, do I want... Don't have enough money, really. Mr. Fiddlescruff says, wonder where the stairs are this time. Yeah, both of this chapter's maps have been really linear, so I guess it's a good thing that we took the healing cap over the Explorer's helmet for now, yeah? Dead King's Hall, time to throw down, but real quick... Chat, it's time for a little audience participation, which I'm doing completely for the purposes of engaging with you guys and not at all to make you do my work for me. We're going to see a series of 4 cards appear on screen, and since I'm working off of a pretty big TV, it's going to be hard for me to track them as closely as I'd like. So, please keep your eyes on them and let me know which one is going to be a success. Or what you think will be a huge success. I'm thinking 2 or 4, maybe? 2 or 4? What do we think, folks? Or 1. I'm just thinking it's probably not 3. Mr. Fiddlescruff says kinda 2. Yeah, I'm, any other? Or are we locking this in? 3, 2, 1... Not regular failure. That's alright, though. It was the one, of course, none of us thought it was. Great. All that means is we have to fight them as normal. No big deal. 4 of them are skeletons, and Huge Hammer is holy, meaning we get, like, I think close to double damage, plus the power of Huge Hammer, so they're no big deal. The only issue here is going to be traps. There's going to be a lot of traps in this kind of map at this point. And it looks like the skeletons might have riflemen with them. Wow. That's suboptimal. Oh, actually shot me. That was rude. Those... oh, crap. See, the thing is, the arrow slits in this game, too, will launch the second something enters their range. There is not much in the way of a grace period. I think it's kind of inspiring, though, to see the undead and the living working together side by side to try to kill me, but... as rebuttal, I offer Huge Hammer. Seriously? Rolling straight into the spikes? Spanner says, gotta try and think of a lol skeleton joke. I can't pass this up. You will have plenty of opportunities. I think we're coming up on the King of Skulls pretty shortly. And again, another round where the combat, we do just fine.
I'm sure you're grateful for that.
If not for the damn traps. What's this gonna be? Oh, no.
I prefer not to play at chance. I only contend with the most serious of games.
You lie. You lie. This entire game is predicated on equal measures of skill and chance. Thank you. In an old tavern at the edge of a dark forest, you meet a gambler. Care to try your luck at the cards, he asks, with a wicked gleam in his eye. Oh dear. See, folks, I'm kind of torn. On the one hand, I obviously think that horrible things happen if we don't succeed in this game of chance. On the other, I fear that because this is a card that the dealer forced into a deck for a chapter based around curses, I'm gonna get cursed anyway if I decline. What do we do? Mr. Fiddlescruff says, just mash his head with Huge Hammer, I wish. Says, accept it. Okay. He grins diabolically as you sit down, making you uneasy. The stakes are this. If you win, I'll give you something from my collection of magical items. If I win, then I'll curse you instead. Okay, really watch these cards, kids, because curses can absolutely cripple a run in Hand of Fate. Oh no. I want to say 4, maybe? I want to say 4. Let's see. Oh, hell. It went back to 1, actually. So I get to choose a curse. Yay. Either Mana Drain,
another curse on the table,
which doubles cooldown times for weapons and artifacts, not great, or Infected Rings.
Little pleases me more than watching your attempt.
Upon entering a new area, we take 5 damage for every ring in our possession. That's actually not bad at all, seeing as how right now we currently have 0 rings, and if we get any, I can sell them. So, yeah. But I like to play another round. Screw you. The Noble Trader. This is an interesting one. A nobleman approaches on a chariot as you walk the streets of Stiegel. He notices you and comes to a stop. Greetings, mercenary. I'm a collector of rare weapons and yours intrigues me. Would you part with it for gold? Oh man, guys, there's a token. There's a token here. And this guy will only offer to buy your weapon if you have certain, like, special weapons. So, as much as it pains me, I think we may have to, like, trade away Huge Hammer, get the token, and buy something, Obviously not something equivalent, but maybe something like the rat cleaver on down the road. Mr. Fiddlescruff says, fine, I guess, for the token. Yep, I'm of a like mind. Enjoy your newfound wealth. We get 5 gold gain cards, so we are going to be rolling in it for this foreseeable future. Yeah. I already miss Huge Hammer, but I know that we're going to get something good out of this. And, of course, now we can buy whatever we want.
Ever forward, hunting for the truth. What brings you to play the game? Ha, I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are...
Ah, the hero's remains again. So this is where we take the blade and shield to a hero's hometown in exchange for the, boy got some fat stacks for that hammer? I certainly did, man. So you know, by the standards of Hand of Fate, this is a tremendous amount of gold. Probably enough to remove some of our curses, but of course that would then trigger the Queen's Curse. So we'll take these items over to the hero's hometown. Now I hope that the tile they replace isn't going to be the
deeper you go,
the Holy Forge. But luckily, it's right in our way. And we get another blessing.
Many of these blessings
Guys,
are too good for
this is the best blessing in the entire game. Check this out. After we pick our first chance card, we may turn it back over, shuffle the cards, and try again. Spanner says, with that shield called Pain? Yes, it was. It was a special shield that deals damage when you bash opponents with it to stun them. Ah, the Tavern Wager. This one's kind of fun. You find yourself in a seedy old tavern, spinning tales of your adventures to a group of drunks. A bearded old soldier scoffs at your tales and challenges you to an arm wrestle. Well, I'll wager some gold against it, using our blessing and, of course, our luck. Keep an eye out now. I want to say 3, maybe 3 or 1. Two, I think, says Fiddlescruff. Alright. Hey! Good. Good call, man. We win! The old soldier gingerly turns out his pocket. I seem to have misplaced my 20 gold. Will this do instead? Yes, congratulations, Fiddlescruffs. We got one. We got one. And we get both the token and... instead of 20 gold, 3 gold. I'll take it. As we can tell by really the phenomenal performance his voice actor turns in, the dealer is getting more and more frustrated with our success. Which makes it all the sweeter.
Don't you find it interesting to consider that you're sitting at my table to play our game, recalling...
This guy stole 6 of my food.
Playing another game.
That's a pity. But we can always buy more.
Did you expect me to tell your fortune? No. A fortune teller is...
Oh, do we have a ring? It looks like I just took damage. Hold on.
Their own lives. Of course.
We do.
I am different.
What is this?
Are genuine.
All encounter cards are revealed upon reaching the next stairs. I do not remember getting this. Just means we take 5 damage every time we reach a new level, which we immediately heal, so... fine. Okay, treasure chest, here we go. Oh, Spanners, you're getting lag again. I'm sorry, man. It's, I'd imagine it'd be difficult streaming much of anything live during this climate. Okay, here we go. This one, maybe? I'll try this one first. And, yep. Now we just need to crack it open. I'm gonna say... Nope, that's the one we don't want, so let's try this again, folks. Help me out. I'm thinking 2 or 3. Or 4, maybe. Fiddlescriff said I think 3 is safe. Right on. Very good. Thank you, thank you. And we get our standard 4 gain. We get some equipment. Helm of Reflection, it's not the healing helm, so no. 1 more. Feathered Ice spell, I'll take it. Feathered Ice was great. And I have a feeling it'll absolutely destroy Lizardmen if we run into him. So the Undead Bane, which we... hold on. Is it better than the Axe? Yeah, it is. Versus Fortitude's Breath, which says every 3rd encounter does not consume food. Oh, that'd be useful. I gotta go with the one that'll address our direct concerns. We can buy some food here, though. Great. I'm not losing 1 random item, hell no. So I'll keep the ring thing. Anything we can sell? Not that we need it. We can buy 5 food for 18 gold dollars. I'm gonna go ahead. Mr. Fiddlescruff says I have like 3 helmets. Yeah, I do, but you know what I'm thinking, actually? I may go ahead and sell this, like, knockoff Juggernaut helmet and buy ourselves another round of 5 food using the proceeds. There, we should be good unless we run into more cursed gamblers, which we probably will. Speak of the devil. With our new blessing, should we try this? I don't know. Spanner says, shame, I always wanted to be a medieval juggernaut. Oh, trust me, the ship on being a true-to-life juggernaut sailed when we sold Huge Hammer. We're never getting that back. I don't care what you take. He took half my food. I don't care. I can buy more. Oh, the marketplace is over there. Well, we actually really want to go to the marketplace. So, we're gonna turn back. Thankfully, his card doesn't trigger twice.
Not a good day to be in Steeple. So few are.
You arrive at the town of Steegle on market day. The markets are selling food today. You may offer some gold to the market and see how much food it is worth today. So I can bid half my gold for food. You know what? I got enough gold, I'm gonna go for it. We get the token. And help me out, folks. What are we gonna get?
A choice. Select your desire.
I'm thinking this one. I'll take the first. Nope. No, it would have been 1 or 4. Okay. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I'm hearing 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Hold on. I agonize over decisions like this. Let's see. Alright, looks like we're going with 1 here. Oh, man. That's a shame. 1 food. A single apple. Doesn't matter, we got our token. We got our token. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This should be the end, I want to say.
I can hear her summoning her children. This
Yep.
fight will be bloody.
Mr. Fiddlescruffs changes his vote at the last minute. Fair enough. Smart call. So while the intelligent player would be looking for more food at this point, I never claimed to be intelligent. We're looking for 1 weapon in particular. Oh, that's interesting. A weapon that randomly takes on the properties of any weapon. Huh. We get gold every time we get healing. Tell you what, we'll go ahead and sell the Explorer's Helmet, because it's not going to be of value to us anymore. Spanner says children, and I thought Bowser weaponizing his children was bad enough. Yeah, so apparently this is the Brood Mother, and by killing her, we'll cut off the worst of the plague, but we'll still have to root out the Rat King. I'm kind of tempted to reinforce my armor. Huh. Yeah, you know what? Because our health hopefully is going to be fine, and we can always swap these out. We'll go ahead and do this and upgrade our armor to heavy armor, free of charge or encumbrance. And while we're at it, we'll go ahead and buy 10 food, because I know we're going to run into one of those damn gamblers again. Every time. I think they follow the shops almost every time. Nope. Oh, stole half of my non-existent gold. I don't care. Go ahead. Yes! Guys, here it is. We get a great weapon from this.
Service of war. Never trust a priest. Let us stake a token on their foolishness.
On a dusty, lonely plain, you come across the shattered remains of an old monastery. Searching the building, you meet an old man dressed in dirty robes. Long ago, we of the Brotherhood forged holy weapons to support the war against the infidels. But the infidels were strong, and one day, one of the raiding parties took us by surprise. They destroyed most of our tools and took our supplies, including all of the rare metal ore that we used to craft our weapons. The king's army never returned after that day. I know not what became of them in the years that followed. I've stayed here all these years, but only the ghosts remain to keep me company. All of the others who survived the attack left long ago. We'll go ahead and hand over our ore. The monk's eyes widen in surprise, and he exclaims, "By the old gods, where did you find that?" He looks the metal over carefully. "If you're willing to put in the hard work, stranger, together we could fire up the old forge one last time." You spend several days with the old monk. By day you toil together at the forge, and by night you swap tales of your adventures for a share of his food. Eventually, you hold the completed weapon in your hands, and Spanner says, "Can it beat out our boy the huge hammer, though?" Funny you should say that. Behold, huger hammer, a weapon to surpass Metal Gear. The battle hammer. It is actually just an improved version of huge hammer. It's the same exact thing. So, funnily enough, I remember that the reward for this quest was a big hammer. I did not remember that it was just a statistically superior iteration of huge hammer. The hammer abides. Big hammer. Thank you, warrior, for giving this old relic one last chance to prove its worth. Good luck on your journey. And we get the token. Brilliant. Guys, I'm so happy right now. Huge hammer. Back again. Oh, just in time for a nasty event.
The lizard men, and fewer still survive the experience.
The Lizard Dome. One night you were captured by lizard men and brought before their king. You were stripped of your equipment, oh hell, and must choose an opponent to fight in their underground arena. So the Jack of Dust or the Plague Rats. I'm gonna go Jack of Dust because the Plague Rats can really mess us up. This is basically the Crucible under adverse conditions. So we lost Huger Hammer, but can earn it back by emerging from the Lizard Dome victorious. I always love arena combat in, well, any game really. But we're gonna have to beat them with our reflexes and nothing else. We also can't counter or deflect attacks since they took our shield. Oh, one of them nicked me. Whoop. Did not realize that was the Jack I was wailing on. As you can see, without any of our buffs, these fully upgraded bandits can really take a licking. But without his backup, the Jack will once again be relatively straightforward for us to fell for like the 4th or 5th time. Poor guy. Has he finally been afforded an eternal rest? Probably not. Spanner says, is that like the Thunderdome with scales? Basically, actually, it's a much tougher version of an arena that's also present in this deck, the Crucible. So we get a bunch more stuff in exchange for making it through the Lizard Dome. Health potion, huge health potions, and a ton of food. On your way back to the surface, you see pens of other human captives, waiting to fight in the arena. Back on the surface, you are released, but hesitate as the pitiful sounds of screams for help rises from the tunnels. Mr. Fiddlescruff says, you did just kick him into a raging volcano, so hopefully that's that. Man, never underestimate the power of mediocrity, though. We have, like, kicked the Jack's ass something like 5 or 6 times in 3 nights, and he somehow always comes back. Spanner says he'll be Dry Jack next time you meet. Oh, that'd be sick. If, like, he comes back as one of the Skull's commanders instead. We're gonna go for it. Keep your eyes on the ball, kids. I'm thinking 4, maybe? He's the Skeleton King. Nope. 3, maybe? I don't know. Really don't know this time. Am I right in saying 3? Okay. We'll give it a go. Nope. It was 1. So we're captured again and sent back into the arena against lizard men. And the King of Dust. But you know what? I don't care. This gives me an opportunity to show off Huger Hammer. Check this out, y'all. Yeah, buddy. Let's freeze them solid. Ooh, King's calling down some fire. Ooh. Dang. And the fully upgraded bandits can definitely take some punishment. Not as much as the lizards, of course, but still quite a lot. Ooh. Man. So as you can see, the game does get quite a bit tougher as your enemies become stronger, and as they just start throwing more attacks at you to deal with simultaneously. But there goes the King of the Bandits, down again. Spanner says, I hope that the existence of a huger hammer implies that there is a hugest hammer. I really hope so. I really do. This time, after we're escorted to the surface and released, the lizard men seal the entrance from inside with a massive rock, cutting off the cries of the wretches trapped within. So, since we failed the game a chance, we do not get the token, but that's okay. We're doing alright. Charity, this will be the guy asking for food.
I do not think you have what it takes.
We'll give him 10 food, we don't need it. Right on. Mr. Fiddlescruff says, why stop there? Maybe there's even a hugester hammer and a hugesterist hammer. Yes, let's just keep adding to the superlative. Maybe eventually we will unlock infinitely huge hammer that, like, is, physically speaking, the largest hammer that could exist within this universe. Like, just one swing and pfft, there's the entire world destroyed. Ah, the priest exclaims, and draws out a tarnished old ring. I'll have the kids polish it up first. In the meantime, take my blessing. Undead that physically strike the player may take damage. I'll take it.
This card will unlock more cards, and then still more.
Spanner says the Infinity Mallet. Oh, I want this now. Is this gonna be her? No, it's the Lich, the mini-boss that we unlocked through the ritual quest line. Perfect time to get that blessing, huh? And, lest you forget, Huger Hammer is, in fact, holy, meaning it will deal extra damage to the undead. The Lich is an undead able to hurl deadly balls of magical fire. She can also consume other enemies in order to restore her health. Liches are known only in legend as the greatest of the undead. Only the most powerful or most foolhardy of sorcerers attempt to summon one. And only the most unlucky actually succeed. So this is our first encounter with a mini-boss that does not conform to one of the 4 suits. Now, there's quite a few of these in Hand of Fate, usually at the end of quest lines, but there's oodles of them, including plenty of normal enemies that don't conform as well in the sequel, which, again, I'm really excited to show you guys in a few days' time.
Unlock more cards if you can defeat this encounter.
In the ruins of an old temple, you feel the presence of something evil and unnatural. You've discovered the Lich, a powerful undead monster, and it's wanting to sell you exorbitantly costly buckets of freeze-dried apocalypse food. Damn, how did Finn kill that so easily? Yeah, the Lich was like the main villain in Adventure Time, right? I'm not sure because I only watched a few episodes of the show, enjoyed what I saw, I just kind of never really got into it. So it's the Lich and some skeletons, man. Well, let's take down her backup first. I'm digging the model. That's a pretty cool look. And we can deflect her attacks. Good stuff. Oof. This'll keep her from consuming any of her allies. Oof. Oof. She is fast. and can stun me with those little auras she leaves behind. This is actually getting kind of chancy, guys. Oh, just outside the range. I'm gonna play it safe and just deflect for now. This is hurting her. Oh, hey, got her. There we go. Right on. And since that was a questline mini-boss, that means we are going to get plenty of rewards in exchange for killing her. Mr. Fiddlescrow says, honestly, was way less tanky than expected. Yeah, so there's a few different spellcaster mini-bosses. The bosses of, I think, the White Council questline are as well. And across the line in Hand of Fate, they're pretty good with adhering to the principle of ranged enemies typically being very powerful and having fast, difficult-to-deflect attacks, but being kind of fragile as a trade-off. So we get max health increase, useful. 2 of them, not bad. Not bad at all. So I'm actually going to consume some food to walk around for a while and heal us, but real quick, I'm also going to swap out our helmet for the healing cap to double that healing. Gaming Spinner says, that's just the power of tennis, my man. Yeah, you know, I should have gotten that Mario Tennis game they released on Switch a while back to practice, and we wouldn't have suffered the wounds that we did. What could this be? Oh, just another shop. Well, no gold, so won't matter. Here she is.
A combat even I have waited to see. Majestic.
Queen rats have great skill with their spears and are accompanied by a totem that spreads their toxic, damaging filth. So, like a Jersey Shore box set, or what we talking here? Yeah, this is gonna be... I want to say, for me at least, she's the most challenging boss in the game. We've got enough factors in our favor that we're gonna do fine, probably. But guys, this might be kinda close. Gonna try to keep her back up frozen, kill all of them, and then just whittle her down in melee range. So she's got 4 rats, as well as whatever she brings with her on her card. And yeah, there's the plague totem. Well, first things first, we've got to get rid of the totem. Well, we took her right off her feet. Oof. Whoa, what? Did she just teleport us to her? So those are not spear skills, ma'am. That's the Force. Easy to see how you got them confused. I know. I have too from time to time, but no, a spear is what these guys have. The Force is what Darth Vader has. Just little difference. And freeze them. And kill them. Now that she doesn't have any backup, yeah, shouldn't be too bad. Well, guys, thanks to fantastic luck when it came to equipment and games of chance, and of course, your help with the games of chance, we were able to banish her back to the cabinet immediately. Don't care.
Why can't you walk away?
Excellent. Well done. Spanner says less of a totem and more of a cyst, if you ask me. Yeah, it was kind of like just a midden full of rotting limbs and skulls, which is very on brand for like the D-list Skaven. So for meeting with the noble trader, we receive another gold gain card, and the Lovers, which is a card that I think actually comes back in the sequel. For winning the tavern wager, we receive the Bashing Ring. I assume it improves our stun ability. For trading in the marketplace, we receive an additional food gain card, and the Merchant's Favor event. For working in the Holy Forge, we receive another equipped draw card, very good. And ooh, the Forbidden Armor. That actually sounds kind of enticing. For donating food to the orphans, we receive a food gain card, the Ring of Poverty, and a second charity card. There's a few of those. For defeating the Lich, we receive a whole lot of stuff. Food gain, the Mask of Extortion, definitely using that, the Occult Reflection Armor, and the Disciple's Ring, as well as the Druid event. And as a reward for defeating the Ratman Queen, we receive... Guys, it's the Thunder Hammer. All about it. Heavy Armor, the Emperor's Jewel, the King of Skulls, so we get to put a stop to the Undead Menace in our next chapter. Another shop, and Fire in the Deep, which is going to be locked into our deck and maybe a mini-boss fight? I don't know.
I have only begun to challenge you.
Well, give me just a minute, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to take about a 5-minute break to get another drink and a quick snack, and I'll be right back with you. Thank you all so much for rocking with us so far. We will be back in, as I said, about 5 or 6 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Thank you for your patience. Hope everybody's enjoying the stream so far, and that audio balance and the like have been nice and solid. Going to carry on.
And will not be late to rest.
Playing now for the dealer's third artifact against the King of Bones. Skulls, rather. Let's see. So he's also playing a curse deck, it looks like. So anytime I finish an enemy that is down on the ground with a third hit of a standard combo while standing over them, we take 5 damage. That's not great. And anytime we gain a new curse, our maximum health gets restricted. And I take it that those challenges are intended to inflict new curses upon us. The most fearsome undead warrior ever seen. So, about as threatening as your standard bandit, then. He carries on one arm a shield that would crush most men, and with the other wields a two-handed sword with deadly ease. Yeah, so I want to say that even out of the 4 kings, this guy's the weakest, just like his other officers. The King of Pasta, says Spanners.
It has been called the game of eternity.
Yeah, it even looks like a D-list creepypasta monster, doesn't it?
The undead king. In life, he was strong. In death, he's unstoppable. Your road will end here, I suspect.
Let's see here. What do we not want? Okay. We'll throw in one of my bog standard combat encounters at this point. Or 2. Why not? As well as Charity 2. The donating. And oh, we're going to need quite a few more because they've given us all of these DLC quests again. Throw in the Demon Trader, and those. I'm constructing my deck pretty cautiously. Meaning, once I'm done with the game proper, if we get that far, of course, I may, try to do a couple streams of the Endless mode to unlock more tokens and events. Now let's see. Are all of these things we want? A lot of new stuff here. Always good. Oh, so it looks like we do not get to keep Huger Hammer as like a default card in our deck. We have to complete the Holy Forge questline for it every time, which is alright. And the Emperor's Jewel is a shield, apparently. Interesting, looks kind of lavish. Gonna want to check that out. Going to drop in that heavy armor as well as the berserker armor. Alright, this looks decent. Let's give her our best shot, ladies and gents.
I won this pentacle longer ago than you can imagine. In those many years, I have only now begun to understand its secrets.
So this deck is contingent upon softening us up through curses, to even a greater extent than the Rat Queen's was. Well, I'd say they're in for a hell of a challenge.
The King of Skulls is the last of the undead to have slipped from my grasp. You are the first to come close to him.
What do we start with this time? Oh, the Emperor's Jewel. 50% chance to grant one free artifact use per combat. Okay. And it, you know, looks cool, so I'll take it.
Is that what you're going to do?
Spanner says crack those bones. Gonna try, man. Oh. And to begin with, we, found the exit, but we're not going to take it quite yet.
Caves and caverns. One cannot hope to find adventure without a little delving now.
Gonna start with this threatening fire in the deep encounter. Yeah, this is our next mini-boss. Veterans of the old wars spin tales of large, powerful creatures built of rock and flame. Not all of their attacks can be countered by mere mortals. So it's gonna be like a lava golem, sorry. These monsters were exiled by the king to live deep beneath the ground in the caves they originated from. It took years of warfare to enforce the exile, but they haven't been seen on the surface for a generation. So it's a shame we don't have more, specialized equipment or magic to deal with this guy, because obviously it's gonna hit like a truck, but it's gonna be kinda slow.
Claim my token.
In a cave system, dark and deep, you stumble upon some strange flaming creatures surrounding an old man. They turn to face you as the old man cringes in terror. We're gonna attack him. Duh. Igneous Talus, says Gaming Spanners. Yeah, this is not going to be easy. Oh, fun. Fun stuff. Thankfully it's just one, despite the flavor text. Ooh, look at our new shield. How beautiful. Crap. I thought it was going to go for a blockable attack. I was proven wrong. Okay. Whew. So he should be about as tanky as you would expect from a creature made of pure rock, but hey, got it! Only taking one hit. That's not bad for a new mini-boss. Spanner says, how do we get that hammer? Man, I wish we could. I think in Hand of Fate 2 you can get a pretty big looking lava-fueled hammer that looks a bit like that. Not quite the same size, but I think you can. We do have access in this game to a, like, standard hand-sized warhammer that is engulfed in flame and gives us a nice little, like, burst of fire as an AoE. Thank you, stranger, the old man says. I've traveled these tunnels for years, but I haven't seen lava golems this close to the surface since I was a boy. We get 2 gain cards, so a bunch of gold and some food. Great. Now that you've slain this lot, I hope the rest of their kind learn to stay underground where the king exiled them. You and the old man head out of the tunnels together, and we get the token. Right on. And the rest of these are just easy encounters we can farm for loot. Starting with the maiden for a blessing. Whenever we eat food, we get double the healing. Great. And now a combat encounter at the Dead Man's Gorge. Just a pair of lizards. We got this. Oh, one of the lizard men is the ranged variant. So obviously we want to get rid of this guy as soon as possible. And we gotta remember, we can't perform combo finishers on anyone who's downed. We can strike them up to twice, but no more than that. Oh, and that killed him. Making this, I would hope, much easier. And indeed it did. Spanner says he's got a turtle shell shield. Not cool, Lizard. Yeah, their equipment seems to be very natural, shall we say. It looks like their blades are also carved from bone. So we get some food. Excellent. And the Twisted Canyon, which is a simple game of chance. Oh, and it's been made harder. Interesting. I could be wrong, but nope, we got it. We got it. What weapon do we get? Oh, our new hammer. Every strike inflicts lightning damage. Strong against magic, I guess. And, it gives us an AoE. We'll take it for now, but we will have to switch it out for a holy weapon if we get one, because of the buff that's going to give us against, the undead. Definitely worth that little sojourn, I think. Absolutely.
Previously, I had underestimated you. Then, I resented you for destroying my minions. Now, however, I cannot lose. Either way, the great annoyance is dealt with.
We'll keep this shop in mind as we head back through, but... Ah, the next chapter of the White Council. Good stuff.
And a token if you succeed.
On a fine sunny day, you set out into the forest, hidden in a barrel on the wagon of Terran, the merchant. Your destination is the White Council's stronghold. After what seems like hours, a deep voice calls out, "Halt!" Terran yelps in surprise and the wagon stops. You hear Terran greet someone. "Ah, hello, my lord. I have your usual shipment here. Nothing interesting to say about it." You cringe in your barrel. "Is that so?" the other voice remarks casually before falling silent for some time. Then, "Here's your payment." And you hear the click of gold coins. Suddenly there's a blinding white light. When your vision clears, you dare to look out from your place of concealment. You see that you and all the stock from Terran's wagon are now sitting in the middle of a stone hall, inside a circle of runes and symbols. A trio of poorly dressed goblins set to work, sorting everything into a storage room to one side, under the supervision of a bored-looking mage. So we're gonna try to creep away here. I don't think it's 4. Hey! Huge success! There we go. A goblin suddenly drops a barrel of apples, sending them rolling across the hall. We help ourselves to some supplies while the mage berates the poor creature before sneaking out the side door so we get some more food. Nice! 3 food. Not gonna scoff at it. We soon discovered that the tower is a sprawling maze of passages and chambers, many more than could actually fit inside the structure we saw from a distance. We're inexplicably drawn to a bare stone chamber with an opening to the sky above. You watch as a magician summons an enormous scaled creature into existence. Its form seems mainly to be composed of vicious-looking claws, gnashing teeth, and writhing tentacles. You feel dizzy just watching it. It lunges, biting and slashing at the wizard, but backs away when he raises an ornately decorated skull. The wizard addresses the creature. You will go to the city of Kadir and kill the Duke. The creature's unblinking eyes gaze in every direction at once, and its sinister voice resonates from a dozen mouths. "How has he wronged you?" it hisses. "Or is this more wisdom from the benevolent council?" "He foolishly questions my will, as do you," the wizard responds, holding the skull higher. "Go! I command it." The beast retreats once more, rasping, "Beware, Zahagan. The bones of my true master will not protect you forever. One day you will slip and drop them, and then I shall have you in my claws. Your threats are hollow, demon, and serve only to delay your departure." The mage stops abruptly. "What are you up to?" he mutters, then quickly looks around the room in alarm. His gaze comes to rest directly on you, watching from the shadows. Okay, we're gonna try to knock the skull out of his hand. Well, that was easy. Spanner says, Cthulhu, we got Cthulhu. Yes, we do, and if only we got to fight it, but we don't. Because instead we send our weapon flying across the room, crashing into the skull and knocking it to the floor. The mage looks from the fallen skull to you, and then to the beast. His mouth opens, but before he can utter a word, a dozen tentacles descend upon him. A loud bell begins ringing throughout the halls. More robed figures appear from glowing portals to aid their leader. You flee the room as the sounds of fire, magic, and teeth do battle. Under the cover of the chaos you have sown, you manage to loot a magical artifact of some kind from an unoccupied laboratory before being spotted. There's an intruder in the lab! A magician calls from the doorway. No time for that now, someone else yells. Just expel it before it damages something important. One of the magicians casts a spell and you find yourself standing in the forest, the tower just visible in the far distance. The token is now yours. Meaning we've unlocked, I think, the finale of the White Council quest line. That went as well as it possibly could have, so I'm very, very happy. We're gonna pass on by for now. Another shop. Okay, we'll also pass that by. And what would we have missed? Mr. Fiddlescruff says, I think it's pronounced Magician, or Magikian, and I would counter, I think it's pronounced currently horribly, horribly dead, due to our amazing card skills. Magician, okay, I gotcha. Since all we would miss are a couple combat encounters, well... I'm actually gonna turn back and fight these encounters, because we've gotten some pretty good loot out of the last few. And... well, always gotta see what we got. Okay, so... another example of this really charming partnership between the living and the undead for the sake of petty larceny. I gotta say, I feel a little bad fighting them. It's just breaking up something so beautiful. But we also get to try out our new lightning mace, which I'm excited for. Oh, do we not have our maze? Oh dear. Whatever happened to it? Did I somehow not equip the mace? That would be a terrible mistake on my part. Gotta get rid of the musketeers first. Oof. Threw me into a trap, how dare he. Oh, seriously? Twice? Man. Yeah, I'm at my worst in games like this when I get thrown off my rhythm, as you have seen. Whoa, whoa, can't deal a finishing blow. There we go. We got it. Took us a while, but we got it. Interesting discussion in the chat. We have, what's a skeleton even gonna do with money? Somebody suggests make golden teeth. Maybe. Ooh, perfect. The Undead Bane. We're definitely taking that. Maybe they just want to roll around in a pile of treasure like a dragon or something, or who knows, maybe they're just such good friends with those bandits that they want to help them achieve their own goals in life, which is inspirational. So it's the Jack of Dust and a couple dinosaurs. We got this.
Sometimes the draw of a card or the roll of a dice. Without it, the game is nothing but a computing machine.
Okay, the Undead Bane looks pretty sick. I'm about it. Oof. Man! Whew. They're actually making me focus. Ah, crap. Jack's actually brought some pretty competent reinforcements this time around. Not that it's helping him. As he flops around on the cliff edge like a fish. Yeah, this is the point in the game where combat actually starts getting legitimately challenging, so you'll forgive me if I'm not super chatty during some of these tougher fights. Oh, there we go. And once more to the great boneyard with the Jack of Dust. Mr. Fiddlescruff says, I'm glad you're inspired now that you murdered them all. Well, hey, their lesson, or their example, is also an inspiring lesson in the value of struggling against adversity. I mean, there is nothing more challenging than a bearded, probably severely intoxicated, sort of Viking warrior-looking man charging at you with the power of God and huge hammer on his side. And you just have to rely on the strength of yourself and your skeleton buddies. That's kind of magical. We get to draw some stuff. The Ring of Poverty, what does this do?
Every dying man would trade
Oh.
for health.
So when it's sold, we lose all our gold, but gain some max health in exchange. We'll take this. Some food. And some health back. Okay, so a worthwhile detour, I think. Spanner says if you're already dead, you could jump into a big pool of molten gold like Scrooge McDuck without dying. Yeah, there is that. You could also, like, just coat yourself in gold. And, like, basically, you know, pimp my corporeal ride. I would do that. I'd definitely go for that, were I undead.
What brings you to play the game? Ha, I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent.
No, it's alright. I'm quite fond of this game, and wanted something kind of nice and easy to sink myself back into the streaming with. Thanks for your question. We got the ore, which means we should be able to find the monastery somewhere and craft a huger hammer once again. The loan, definitely going to loan 20 gold and get a significant ROI in a little bit. What's this? The Lovers. This is an interesting one.
Never to be repeated, except here, where all of your history repeats itself until time immemorial has passed.
In the town of Stiegel, you meet a man who's serenading a young lady at her window. At your approach, he stops and turns to speak to you. My love and I wish to marry and leave this town, but her father has forbidden it. He is the master of the guild, a powerful figure in Stiegel, with many armed men at his command. I saw you fighting in the arenas. Please, will you help us to escape the town, that we might live together in happiness? I'm gonna offer to help. Bless you, stranger. Meet us back here at midnight and bring whatever weapons you possess. We get the best weapon in the or the best blessing in the game.
I will have to rebalance that next time.
Hours later, you return to find the young couple hiding in the shadows. Gesturing to them to be silent, you lead the way through the town. Get ready, folks. It's a game of chance. It's a tough game of chance, too. I want to say 4, maybe? What are we thinking? Fiddlescruff says, I think not 3. Okay. We're gonna go for number 4, then. Well, no, 2? Let's see. Yes, 2! Okay, good. Brilliant, brilliant. Keeping to the back alleyways, you manage to reach the outskirts without incident. Thank you, stranger, the couple exclaim as they flee into the countryside. The token is now ours, along with the best blessing in the game. I am a very, very happy man. What could this be? The Druids. I don't remember this one.
Worship natural forces rather than the gods.
You are approached by a group of mysterious, robed people. One of the robed figures addresses you. You look like someone... Or no, you look well accustomed to battle. Would you like to earn some coin? We are druids, wishing to perform certain rituals over the coming weeks. These activities must take place at specific times and places. We cannot risk any interruptions, such as from creatures or bandits. We will pay gold to one who protects us during the ceremonies. I'll accept. The first ceremony will be held at the Sacred Stones, at exactly midday at the summer solstice. And just like that, we open up this quest line that is insanely profitable. So, again, quite happy with that. Call for the priest. Let's see what they have on offer. Nothing of real utility. Since we're gonna get that loan back, though, I'm gonna go ahead and top us off on food. Spanner says his call for the priest like phone a friend. I wish you had something. Well, actually, since I'm streaming this game and I have you guys, I basically do have unlimited uses of phone a friend for this game. But, Call for the Priest is a special variant of the shop that specializes in selling very expensive blessings and also removing curses, for pretty hefty sums.
An expedition. Press on.
The only time we're really gonna want and be able to afford Call for the Priest is the final chapter. Okay, so we know the last card to flip.
No. A fortune teller is at their most base and despicable.
Yet another shop, wow.
Believe their own lies.
No thanks. We're good. Ah, the peasant. She asks for food.
My powers are genuine.
I'll give her all we have. We're about to get that loan and can buy more food with it if need be. And we get equipment in exchange. Spanner says, I think we should buy the priest and carry him in our satchel. Ooh. Good idea. Oh, crap, guys. We just got one of the best items in the game. Increase movement speed, the fleet cuffs. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, that is brilliant. We're gonna head into the old graveyard now, because I have no sense of self-preservation.
Afraid of the grave. What irony.
Oh, this is not at all what I was remembering. In an old abandoned graveyard, the restless spirits sense the presence of a blessed soul and remain quiet. You spend a peaceful night, awakening well-rested and fully recovered from your wounds. This card's token is now yours. So since we had blessings, we didn't get attacked or cursed or anything like that, as we typically would have. And we just get the token like that, huh? I ain't gonna complain. And our loan comes in. Or rather, the money we loaned out returns to us. And we have more than enough to buy some food from this healer. You know, I think one of the reasons why I had significantly more deaths in my first run-through of this game, and just for the record, I've not beaten it, but like the first file I created, is because I favored stuffing my deck full of cards that had unearned tokens associated with them. So it wouldn't matter how they would affect my gameplay experience or offer me certain types of loot or make certain demands of the character or their resources. I would just say, oh, if it can unlock more stuff, definitely go for that. And this time around, I've been trying to be more mindful of keeping about half of our deck static or consisted of those cards that I know will definitely give us stuff that'll be useful to just sustaining the gameplay loop, and using that other half for more experimental stuff, if that makes sense. Next up, we're headed to the Crucible, the slightly less trying arena. It's not the Lizard Dome, and we actually get to choose our opponents in the Crucible.
I grew up watching the jewels of the Crucible, and even today it persists. Our ability to make blood a sport will linger long after you and I are gone from this world.
So we can go for the Bandit Queen, the Lich, or Plague Rats. Since I've got the Undead Bane, I'm tempted to go for the Lich. But I'm frightened of her output. Then again, she would probably deal quite a bit of damage too. Screw it. I'm gonna go for the Lich.
Shame to see a beast that has been vanquished yet refuses to leave the board.
Oh, and the Undead Bane does have a special AoE that should stun her. Hopefully. Alright, let's go. I'm pumping that trigger already. Oh, and she hit me still. Of course. Oh, damn! Okay, so fighting her with all of those spikes around is going to be insane. Just deflect. Deflect like the coward I definitely am. Yeah, and I guess once you resolve to just not fighting her normally, she's not that bad. Deals damage like you wouldn't believe, Jesus, but not that bad. I wonder how on earth they managed to secure her participation. I mean, I guess you could bribe the others with gold or food or something, but... I mean, come on, this is practically a demigod we're talking here. Just laming it out, kids. Hey, killed her with the bash, right on. Oh, hold on. The controller has just died. Fantastic. Got my charging cord right over here. Things that happen when you stream live, huh? Whoop. There we go. Well, if you'll give me a minute, my controller is now giving me fits. Or, oh no, the game may be giving me fits. Hold on. The controller's just vibrating non-stop. Listen to that. Oh dear. Give us just a minute, I'm gonna try to get this sorted. Okay. There we go. And it just kept going. Okay? Oh, please tell me the game hasn't glitched out. No, 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 no. Not now. Oh, no. I think it glitched out. Great. Wait, hold on. I think we can actually continue from this spot, even if I leave the application. I could be wrong about that. But hold on, guys. I'm going to, really quickly close the game out and then start it up again. Oh, let's